welcome back to the channel. We are live now. Welcome back to the channel. We are live. So we are going to talk about the MCQ series of our session, where we are going to talk about the particular clearing of examination of 90 minutes and how to clear the 90 minutes examination of PSPCL internal auditor. So there are around 70 questions of commerce, 30 questions of miscellaneous. Out of those 30, it is divided into submission of 10 plus 10 plus 10 questions. 10 questions are there from general mathematical reasoning and mathematics. 10 questions are there from English, and the remaining 10 questions are there from general awareness. So, as a candidate, I would like to tell you that you need to concentrate on the first four important part, that is 70 marks related to your PVT commerce. After doing that, you need to focus in the CBT method on the rest of the 30 marks. So when we talk about the 70 marks, first of all, in those 70 marks which are related to commerce, you need to focus on all the important chapters and which have been already covered in my 100 most important MCQ series related to previous year. They have covered all the important chapters related to commerce. First important chapter related to commerce was, if I talk about ratio analysis, then it was depreciation, then it was partnership, shareholders, fund, and CFS, fund flow statement, cash flow statement, and all of these holds them together comprises of commerce. Then comes the next 30 marks, which is other important thing like in maths. If we talk about the 10 marks related to maths and reasoning, in maths first important method is simplification, next is percentage, third is simple and compound interest, fourth is related to time, speed, and distance. Fifth is related to time, speed, time and work. Sixth is related to data interpretation. That is clear. In case of reasoning, if I talk about the four more important factors, one is blood relation, second is related to calendars, third is, if we talk about, is related to Venn diagram, fourth is related to coding reporting. After completing this maths and reasoning, we have an important point that is related to general awareness. So in general awareness, you have all the important concepts related to sports page. When we talk about the sports page, you should be knowing that IPL has been run by presently IPL has been won by Rajasthan Royals Bengaluru (RCB). Second important news you can talk about is that it is going on in chess, where Carlsen is the winner. Third important news in sports you can talk about is all other related things related to Wimbledon, which is going on in the summer season. Then, when we talk about the other news in general awareness, you should be knowing all the basic facts regarding the all the initiatives taken up by the present government, like the Digital India initiative. Then you have secondly, Swachh Survekshan Abhiyan. Then next, most importantly, all the government schemes, which include mini Ratans, Navaratans, and which include Jail Sale and all these things. Then next important you need to know about static GK. When we talk about static GK, it is very wide in concept. Like you have in history, you have ancient, medieval, and modern. And when you talk about the particular aspects related to geography, it is very wide. It would include all those things from class 6 to 8, plus 9, 9th and 10th examination. So when we talk about class 6 to 8, it will include all those things related, like it will include geography, history, and politics, all these three things. And when we talk about geography, history, and politics, it will go in detail. So there will be a constitution, there will be preamble, the then next we have uh, this is the GK we are talking about. In static GK, other most important thing we will have with us that is related to physics, chemistry, and biology. In physics, chemistry, biology, you need to have just a brush up of all the important inventions. And the next important would be days and dates. Next important would be highest, lowest, and the highest, lowest, and the first persons. That is all information you need to work up, and you need to have mug up in a particular span of time, that is around 1 day before the examination. Right? Now comes the strategy, that is on the day of examination. On the day of examination, you will get an entry around 2 hours before, that is around 2 hours before, that is 12:30, the entry will be done, and then 1:30 would be the sitting time after all the formalities. After that, the examination will start at 2:30. So 2:30 to 4:30 is your time for full-fledged concentration, and where you need to basically go with the keyword approach, where you will be going just to the keyword approach, and with the keyword you will be solving the MCQs. That is first important thing. Second important thing, mark for review, because it is the CBT examination. Keep certain questions which you are unsure for, which you are unsure. Keep it as mark for review, and they will be counted in examination. So इनको mark for review रख के और रख सकते हो आप, और उसकी assessment भी अपने आप हो जाएगी. तो उसको mark for review रख सकते हैं, और वो पर्पल लाइनिंग के साथ होते हैं, और उसको इट विल बी असेस्ड. इतना सब कुछ करने के बाद नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन राइज होता है हमारे पास, दैट इज मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट, मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट लास्ट 100 MCQs ऑफ टुडे. दैट वुड बी so we have an important accounting standards. Accounting standard number 2, it relates to inventory. Accounting standard number 2, it relates to inventory. Accounting standard number 6, it relates to depreciation. Then we have other MCQ, that is securities premium account is known on the liability side under the heading reserves and surplus. Next we have calls and arrears. Calls and arrears are there by deducting the amount from the called up capital, that is important. Next is the overall ceiling on managerial remuneration. The overall ceiling on managerial remuneration is 11%, that is important. Then next we have bonus issue. Bonus issue can be made out of share premium collected in cash. Then next we have interest out of capital. Interest out of capital is there for section 208. Then next we have question number 18, dividend declared between two AGM is called as interim dividend. Then next we have share forfeited account is shown on the liability side of the balance sheet by adding to the paid up capital. Next we have a company issued 10,000 shares of rupees 10 each, rupees 2 payable on application, and public applied for 11,000 shares. So the share application account is credited by 22,000. That is clear. Then next is the discount on issue of shares account is a loss of capital nature. Then next we have profit on cancellation of own debenture is transferred to profit and loss account. Dividend can be paid only out of current year profit. कोई भी डिविडेंड है उसको हम पे कर सकते हैं सिर्फ करंट ईयर प्रॉफिट से. दैट इज मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट. फिर उसके बाद है कंपनी कैन परचेज इट्स ओन शेयर्स. अपने शेयर्स परचेज कर सकती है, इक्विटी प्रेफरेंस और डिवेंचर्स में बेसिकली. Then next is question number 55. Premium on the redemption of debentures account is a personal account. That is most important. Then next we have interest paid on money borrowed for construction is shown in asset side of the balance sheet. Then next is on forfeiture of unclaimed dividend, the account is transferred to capital reserve. The next is discount allowed on issue of shares or debentures is shown in asset side of the balance sheet. That is also done. सो मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंटली अगर बात की जाए, हमारा यहाँ पे आज जो क्वेश्चन सीरीज हम कर रहे हैं इसमें हमने डिस्काउंट अलाउड तक सारी बेसिक डिस्कशन कर ली है. डिस्काउंट अलाउड क्या होता है, उसको कैसे रिकॉर्ड करते हैं, एसेट साइड पे आता है कि क्रेडिट साइड पे आता है, तो वो एसेट साइड पे आता है डिस्काउंट अलाउड. Then next is introduction to cost accounting. Dash is the technique and process of reckoning cost, that is allocation of cost. Costing accounting is the technique and process of ascertainment of cost that was given by Weldon. The technique and process of ascertaining cost is costing. That is also important. That is also done. So next thing we need to talk about is the MCQ series. The technique and process of working cost is called costing. Then the classifying, recording, and appropriate allocation of expenditure of the determination of cost, the relation of these costs to sales value, and ascertainment of profitability. The definition is given by Weldon. Then next is cost accounting. Means cost using double entry system. Cost accountancy includes all of these, that is costing, cost accounting, cost control and cost audit. That is most important. इसके बाद जो नेक्स्ट चीज आपने करनी है दैट इज कॉस्ट असेसमेंट. कॉस्ट असेसमेंट दो चीज़ों से होती है, कॉस्ट सेंटर से, एक कॉस्ट यूनिट से. नेक्स्ट इज सीमेंट इंडस्ट्री. सीमेंट इंडस्ट्री जो कॉस्ट यूनिट है वो टन में रिकॉर्ड होता है, दैट इज मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट. नेक्स्ट इज टिम्बर मिल. टिम्बर मिल की जो कॉस्ट का यूनिट है दैट इज क्यूबिक फुट, वो क्यूबिक फुट के बेसिस में है. देन नेक्स्ट इज कॉन्ट्रैक्ट कॉस्टिंग. कंस्ट्रक्शन ऑफ बिल्डिंग, डैम्स एंड ब्रिजेस, ये तीनों चीज़ें आती हैं कॉन्ट्रैक्ट कॉस्टिंग में. Which is suitable contract to ready-made garment toys, that is batch costing. Example of process costing. Example of process costing है textile, sugar mills, the chemical works. That is most important. Which of the following is not the technique of costing? That is contract costing. That is most importantly done. The next is who is the main user of cost accounting system? That is management.